YouTube, what's going on, guys? Thank you guys for checking out another one of my videos. Today we're going to be talking about morning routines for barbers, and I think this is an important topic. It can help anyone, doesn't matter what your profession is, but still something I haven't seen really covered, and the only way I can talk about it is kind of through my own personal experiences. I mean, today, 11 years later as a barber, I feel like I've reached a lot of my goals. I would consider myself successful, and some of you guys kind of know the journey because I started this YouTube channel 6 years ago, I think it is, and I became a barber over 10 years ago. Just like everybody else, man. I mean, look, you and I are not unique. A lot of people, most people, start with nothing. You graduate high school or you drop out and you're trying to figure out life. You make some mistakes in between. I had a kid at an early age, luckily to the woman who's my wife today, and I'm happily married, but went to barber school just like you. Had to learn how to cut hair. Started with zero clientele. Worked at a barber shop that I didn't get along with everyone, and the owner wasn't the best. And just know, like, the people that you see that are successful today, they started out just like everybody else for the most part. And if they didn't, their success is probably going to be temporary. You have to become the person who can handle what comes with that level of success. You have to become the person that can handle what comes with that level of success. It doesn't, and if you skip becoming that person, typically it's temporary, you lose it all, right? And we see it all the time with people who inherit things, with people who are trust fund babies, with people who win the lotto, with people who doing the PPP scam, which you've seen a lot of today. We see it all the time. And so for me, when I was going into barber school, I knew at an early age, man, I was going to take this career seriously. I saw it as a profession. I saw the potential in it. I've already messed around. I've already made my mistakes, and this was a chance for me to make something of myself. I wasn't the guy in barber school that was just hanging out, and probably not cutting hair today. So with that being said, man, the first thing that I knew I had to do was invest in myself. And I remember reading the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. It changed my entire mindset. It changed the way I thought. And it got me hooked into reading books. Early on, man, one of my clients, who's a friend of mine today, Mike Lopez, shout out to him, he gave me his library. That was one of the best gifts I've ever received in my life. He came to the shop with a box full of books on entrepreneurship, on business, on leadership. I also want to say this, man, and I'm probably going to start doing that with my channel. Instead of giving clippers and tools and stuff, man, some of these giveaways, we're going to have to start doing some books, man. We're going to have to make this a cool thing in our culture, bro, because it is so necessary with barbers, man. We need it. We need it badly. I got addicted into investing in myself, whether it was with books, audio books, podcasts. I was listening to a podcast back then. It's been around a while. And YouTube was my favorite platform. I cut the cable and I was watching YouTube because I felt like YouTube, if you're finding the right people, if you're listening to the right people, you're going to get some of the best information, some of the best education out there. I know some people, and it's mostly people who have something to lose by YouTubers being successful, that hate on the value or the quality of education that's on this platform. But I gotta tell you, man, I watch channels that are created by CPAs who are ridiculously successful, have written New York Times best-selling books. I'm subscribed to their channels. Lawyers, same thing. New York Times best-selling books, very successful, and they have YouTube channels and they're giving free game. The list goes on. There's doctors on YouTube giving free game. It's an amazing platform. And here in 2021, man, we really have no excuse. All the information is out there. But with that being said, man, this kind of shifted how I was going to do my morning routine. Because here's the thing. When I started reading these books, man, I realized that if I was going to be successful, I had to focus on the things that I could control. How I woke up in the morning and what I did from the time I woke up to the next hour and the next hour after that. And how was I utilizing my time, because I had control of my time. And so I decided that, and listen, at the time, I was driving 45 minutes to an hour to work every single morning for the first like 2-3 years of my career, because I chose to work in a more populated area where people made more money. I knew that's where I was going to be 5 years from now. And so I wanted to start building there. I would drive an hour to work and still be there an hour before everybody else. And in that hour, I was cutting hair, but it was my time to, usually the morning person doesn't really want to talk a lot, but I would have my coffee or my energy drink or whatever. And on the TV or on the shop speakers would be a podcast, would be a YouTube video that I had saved the night before. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna listen to this to get my mind right for the day. I would save it and listen to it. It would be on the TV that morning. audiobooks that I was trying to knock out, in a week or in a few days, that would be playing that hour in that morning, and it would have me motivated. It would make me feel better than I was the day before, and it would make me excited to see what the rest of the day had in store for me. It didn't matter what anybody thought, because of course you're gonna have barbers that walk in an hour after you got there, right? That'll be mad that you're playing these self-help books and this content that's made to help you grow, right? There's gonna be people that are mad, like, damn, again, we're gonna listen to this again. Can we put some music on? Like, bro, you just got here. You just woke up 20 minutes ago. But who cares? Who cares? You got your hour in. I'm in control of that. What I'm not gonna do is argue with people who aren't on the same page as me. Put the music on and we keep it moving the rest of the day. I've already done what I needed to do to put myself in a position to win and be better, a little better every single day. I've already done it. I got that out the way without affecting anybody, right? Because I'm in control of that hour before people get into the shop. You feel me? When everybody leaves, same thing. I do it all over again. I wouldn't really put headphones on because, I need to focus on my clients. Unless my client, it's just me and my client, that's what they want to do, I'll put it on the speaker. You know what I mean? But it also would give my clients more value because I was very competent on topics that had to do with leadership and business and entrepreneurship. And I was constantly getting educated. You do that just for a couple years, man, and watch the level of person you've become and what comes with that. Results come with that. Believe it or not, man. As long as you're putting in action every single day, you're not just reading these things. As long as you're putting in action, using the information that you have reaped, it's going to take you way more places than any amount of money that could be given to you. Because if you are the same person you were when you graduated high school or you graduated college, you're the same person. You have not grown this anymore. Besides you going through some experiences. If you haven't gotten educated, I don't care if I give you 100 grand right now, you won't know what to do with it. Money is not the problem for most people that don't have money. It's not the issue. Because even right now, if I gave you $1 million, would you know how to keep it for the rest of your life and grow it? Would you know how to do it? Probably not. So you have to become that person before you see those results. And that's why morning routines are very important. And then I got to a place where, the books were cool. And early on, I literally learned something new. Every book I read, I became a different person. And then it gets to a point where they start to regurgitate each other, right? And it starts to become this kind of the same books over and over again. That's when maybe chill out from the books a little bit, have a different routine. Maybe now it's time to still read books and learn, but maybe it's time to slow down. Maybe that's not the focus now. Maybe the focus is to start working on your health. I got into a point where I was listening to podcasts while I worked out, but I wasn't focused on them. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're working out or you're doing stuff, you're multitasking and listening to books, you're not really getting all the information. But what I started doing is listening to podcasts, YouTube, whatever it is that I needed to learn something about. So let's say I wanted to learn how to fix my credit. That week, I was probably going to listen to a whole lot of fix my credit content, but I was hitting the gym every morning because I was working on my health. I wanted to look good. I wanted to feel good. So every morning I was hitting the gym, and I did it for like 2.5 years, and I was in the best shape of my life. I was looking pretty good, I won't lie. I was going 6-7 days a week, and that was my morning routine. It made me feel good. It had me awake. I felt a little bit better every single day. I invested a little bit into myself right here, into my mindset. I grew a little bit there too, but at least I maintained it. For me, I was doing maintenance. I was doing maintenance on here. Here I was trying to grow. I was trying to become a different person. But here I was doing maintenance, and I was just making sure I was staying updated. It's like software, right? You got an amazing software that's doing great, but you constantly got to maintain the software, and you constantly got to do new updates here and there, just so that you can stay on top of your game. And then you get into a different phase of your life where everything's going really, really good. You got more time on your hands now. It's time to start to scale the business, or it's time to work on your home life, your family, and focus on that a bit more. Health, wealth, happiness. To me, there's no real formula. It's just kind of like a pull and tug game. It's a balancing act. It's always going to be that way. If you see it that way, then you're not going to get depressed when something's tugging or pulling more than you want it to, because okay, that's just my notification to know that I need to start looking at what's going on this part of my life. Like for me, food was an important thing. I would eat 7 egg whites in the morning, either rice or toast or something like that when I was in the fitness realm. Before the fitness thing, when I was focusing on education, honestly, I didn't care. I would just grab a snack, get my coffee, my energy drink, and that was part of my morning routine. So everybody's different. You know, I know barbers that they fast and they don't eat in the morning, and that's cool too, but they grab a cup of coffee. There's just got to be something that gets you, that you're excited to make sure you go do in the morning to get your day started. Some type of routine, man. But yeah, man, I got to tell you guys, man, the decisions that you make from the time you open your eyes, man, vital, and they count so much. I forget what book I was reading. It was about Navy SEALs and them talking about how, one of Jocko Willink's books, we talked about making your bed in the morning is the most important thing you could do. When you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is you make your bed, you hit a goal. Started your day out hitting a goal. And now making your bed could be different for everyone. Making your bed could be you wake up and first thing you do is you don't go on social media. Bam, you just hit a goal. That's a very hard goal to hit. Like I said, you got to figure out what making your bed is, but if you start the day out right away with hitting some type of goal, you're setting yourself up for success the rest of the day. And now by 12 o'clock, by lunchtime, you've probably accomplished more things than 90% of the people out there that are going about their day just kind of wherever it takes them. To me, that was a nugget, man, when I read that. And I think it was Jocko Willink. I could be wrong. And I want to make this clear, man, not everybody's a morning person. That's fine. Doesn't have to be in the morning. But when you get up, the decisions that you make from there, game changer. Cool, guys. I didn't want to make this video way too long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is the type of stuff that we talk about on the online academy. So if you want to invest in yourself, speak with your CPA. It's probably a tax write-off for you. Join the academy, $20 a month. You can write it off if you talk to your CPA and they say you can. Don't listen to me. I'm not saying you can. Go talk to the CPA, make sure you can. If you could write it off, want to invest in yourself, this is the type of stuff that we talk about on the academy, whether it's cutting hair, whether it's business and entrepreneurship, or it's just, you know, you want to join our panels, you got questions with one of our 7 educators, and you're just trying to level up, man, in some way, shape, or form. But with that being said, man, I love making these type of videos. I feel like these are the videos that change lives, that give real value, and it's not the most entertaining. I know it won't get the most views, but if you think that this video might help somebody, please do share it. And with that being said, guys, we drop daily content on this channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow.